Good morning. Welcome and thank you for being there. Another week starts today, Monday. Lots of lights, spring, so lovely. Let's enjoy that and perhaps be grateful for that, for the longer days, for the sunny days, for the breeze. Blue skies finally. So let's bring the hands on the knees and just find that comfortable position and get the body just turning and twisting slightly, gently. Breathing more deeply. Good. And the reason why we just have this section freezed out, so it's for you to be able to do that during the day. You don't need anyone to tell you what to do. You know what your body needs. At least if you don't know, then you just try how it feels, and then we're more in touch with ourselves. So bring the hands on the knees and relax the shoulders, align the spine, align the neck, lengthening from the top of the crown of the head and allowing the abdomen to be soft. And let's start with that abdominal breathing, expanding as we inhale and contracting as we exhale. Inhale, bloating. Exhale, letting go. And lengthening that breath within your own comfort. Face muscles relaxed, jaw relaxed. But actively bringing that gaze up, connecting with your inner light, your inner voice. And as we deepen in the breath, perhaps also bring some attention towards your heart. And then bring that attention to that connection between heart and intuition. And the stronger that connection, the more aligned with our true self, with our dreams, with our uniqueness. With the next inhalation, bring the palms together at the level of the heart, pressing gently. And starting your gratitude practice as every day. Notice how many things you can choose, different every day. An endless list of things that we can say thank you for. And then set your intentions for this practice. It would be a gentle class. We would be working overall, stretching and strengthening. And then set your intentions for your day. With the next inhalation, raise the palms up, chin up, and exhaling, lowering down through the sides. Rest, hands on your lap, relax your shoulders, and with a few blinks, open your eyes. Namaste. Thank you for joining. So in your intentions, if you want, the astrologists, they said that it's a very good moment from today and tomorrow to get things done. So if there's anything that you really want to get done with the project or something that is kind of exciting, but it's kind of holding you back, then perhaps do it now. With the spring, with the long days, with 2 new moons in Aries this month, there's a lot of magic happening if we just put our energy into these things. Okay, so we're going to start with hands and shoulders and upper body. So remember that when we try to stretch and strengthen at the same time, we need to work on the whole body. So we're going to interlace the fingers and lock the elbows. Good, and then we keep the spine straight for now. And just lock as much as you can and pull from the wrists away from you. Open with the wrists in the square. So not close, but open. There, good. And then from there, inhaling and bring the arms up. And for the shoulders to be active and the spine to be supported, then we just arch nicely. The arms are very active, the neck is soft. And then as we exhale, we're straightening again, stomach in. Good. Inhale, arch, look to the front. Exhale, straightening. Good. Twice more. Inhale and exhale. And one more. Inhale. Good. And exhale. And now we bring them up, inhaling. And then exhaling towards the right. Good. Inhaling back to center. Exhaling to the left. Come back. Inhale. Exhale right. Good. Inhale. Exhale left. And come back to center. Inhaling. Release the arms. Exhaling. Bring them down. Good. And then inhaling. Bring them all the way up. Arch and look up. And exhaling. Lowering down. Interlacing the fingers from behind. And again, locking the elbows. Bringing them nice and active. So it's not just about the arms. If you only bring the arms but don't engage with the shoulders, then you can create tension on the upper back. So shoulders back, arms straighten. Good. And then when we inhaling, we allow the arms to come closer to the hips and arch the spine. And as we exhale, we bring the hips back, leaning forward and raising the arms up as forward as you can. Very good. And then inhaling, keep the arms active, start coming up, and then release the arms and shake. Good. And then from there, straighten the arms, inhaling, arms raising, and exhaling, lowering down. Good. And then we bring one hand in front, on top, and the other one at the bottom. Hands on the shoulders, elbows aligned, and again, pulling from the shoulders. Good. And then bring the chin to the chest. Stomach in. Spine is straight. Breathing deeply. Eyes closed. Gaze up. Good. And then inhaling and bring the chin up. Release the arms and all the way up. All the way down. Good. And then the other side. So the one that was at the bottom now comes on the top. Good. And then pull again. Pull as much as you can, show the height. And then bring the chin to the chest. The spine is straight. Inhale and exhale. A deep breath in and out. And slowly inhaling, lifting the chin up, releasing the arms, and shake. Well done. So now we're going to stretch the legs. Bounce and shake. Move your toes. Good. And we're going to lay down on the mat and bring the feet off the floor. Rocking side to side, just slightly to find that extra space as we twist. So the spine is nice and flat and comfortable, shoulders back and down, and arms next to the body. So try to bring those shoulders as closer to the mat as you can, the chin to the chest, pressing with the fingertips on the mat. Inhaling, raising the legs up, aiming to 90 degrees, toes pointing, and then open about hip width apart. Inhaling, flexing the ankles, exhaling, extending, chin to chest. Inhaling, exhaling. Good. Inhale, flex as much as you can. Exhale, extend. Inhale, exhale. One more, inhale and exhale. Good. And then bend the knees, wrap around with the arms and rock side to side. Make sure the neck is soft. So in the earlier class today, we did this same movement, but without laying down, being sitting upright, which is good for strengthening also the core muscles, the back. But if you want to activate more the circulation of the legs, then perhaps do it laying down. Bring the hands down, shoulders back and down, bring the legs up again, and about shoulder width apart, rotate in opposite direction the ankles. Make sure the jaw is relaxed, the neck is soft. And then swap directions. Good, and then bend the knees. And happy baby. So holding whatever you can. Remember that the most important thing is that the knees are as wide as possible towards the sides and the sole of the feet are pointing flat towards the ceiling. So if you need to hold lower down, then you do so. If you can hold your feet, hold from the outside and rock side to side. Hip opening, elbows bend. And as you come side to side with that rocking, see if you can touch the knee on the mat each side without losing control. So the closer the thighs are to the ribs, the more active the core, the better the balance. Good, and then come back towards the center to that still position and bring the feet together. Baddha Konasana, laying down. So knees to the sides, use your arms to push the shoulders forward a little bit to arch the spine so the hips feels a little bit more comfortable, more supported. You can place the hands right there on your groin, on the hips to keep a little bit of warmth. Remember, the warmer the area that we want to become more flexible with, then the better. We just need to be sure that when it's a passive stretch, then it's supported in some ways. So we're not overstretching. One more round of breath there. And then slowly bring yourself to the right side. And then use your arms to come to tabletop. Good. And then from tabletop, make sure that it's nice and engaged. Stretch the toes with hip width apart. Knees under the hips, elbows soft. Good, and then inhale and bring the right leg out. Good, and then point with the toes and bring the leg up parallel to the floor. Good, and then from there, bring it to the side. As high as you can. Keep crawling with the toes a little bit more and find that stretch on the hamstrings, bringing the hips back. And try to keep the toes pressing on the floor, on the mat, wherever that foot is. So we can also feel the stretch on the inner thigh. And the hands are supporting some of the weight, but most of the weight is from that pulling back. So check your back knee. If the knee is further back than the hips, it's going to be carrying too much weight. So the hips need to be aligned with the knee or further to the back. Yeah? Yeah, good. Good. And then from there, just the heel resting, bring the toes towards you for a deeper stretch. See how that feels. If it's too much, you can bring the foot flat. If it feels good, then stay there. Good. And then from there, bring the foot flat and bend the knee. Release, bring the leg back and rotate just 3 times in one direction and another 3 times in another direction. Good. And then bring the foot, the knee down. Good. And then stretch the left leg. Soften the elbows, point with the toes and lifting up parallel to the hips. Good. And then as we exhale, we bring the leg to the side and forward. Toes pressing. Bringing the hips to the back. Good. And the hands are just supporting maybe 10% of the weight. Breathing slowly. So it could happen when we're doing this kind of stretch that on the arch of the foot, there is a little bit of tension. If that's the case, that is normally an indication of perhaps a little bit of stress, doing things a bit too fast and not breathing enough. Can also be lack of water in the system. So if you notice that, then try to massage that area with the thumb or with the palm. Bring the heel resting and the toes up for the deeper stretch. Good. And then also make sure you drink plenty of water during the day. Breathing slowly. Good. And then inhale and bring yourself forward, bend the knee, and then release the leg. Straighten, and then 3 rotations in one direction, and another 3 in the other direction. Good. And then bend the knee, sit on your heels, and stretch the arms. Stretch them actively. Knees hip width apart, forehead down. Inhale and exhale. Relax the jaw. Straighten the spine. Breathing deeply. Good. And then with the next inhalation, start walking back with the hands, looking down to the mat, hands on your thighs. Deep breath in and out. Good. And then roll your shoulders back and down 3 times. And another 3 times forward. Good. And then when you've done your 3 times, then hands forward, tuck the toes under, and downward facing dog. Good. And then bend the knees one at a time. Perhaps feeling more comfortable in that downward facing dog. Feeling lighter after all the practice And now come to the still position, bringing the chest towards the thighs, raising the hips high, stomach in, the elbows soft, the shoulders relaxed. And perhaps you can feel that as it's more comfortable than before, we can stay there for longer. If we start feeling that there's more weight on the wrists, then remember to bring the weight more to the fingertips and to the sides of the pinky finger. And perhaps bringing the hips a little bit more to the back. So we transfer the weight towards the legs. If you still tension on the back of the legs and on the arms, then bend the knees slightly. And notice how much easier it is to stay there. When we try to be very straight, and that is a very good stretch, but when we're trying to stay there for long periods of time, then the joints need to be bent to support that weight. Good, and then from there, come on the tiptoes and bring the knees down. Bring the hips to the heels, inhaling, bring the arms up, arch the spine and bend the elbows. Good, and then exhaling, bringing the arms forward. Good, and straight. Keep the toes tucked under if you can. Good, and then inhaling, round the spine. Bring the arms from the sides all the way up, looking up, and then exhaling, half locust. Good, and then exhaling forward. Good, inhaling, coming up, arms to the sides, chest forward, looking up, and exhaling. Very good. Inhale and exhale forward. And now stretch the toes, forehead down, Sashankrasana. Knees together, feet together. Sorry. Wait. Relax the shoulders. Relax the whole body. And if for doing so you need to use any cushion or blanket under the hips or under the forehead, then please do so. It's really important that you feel comfortable so you can let go. Same as we do in Savasana. The more comfortable we are, the most benefit we get from the practice. One more round of breath. Good, and then engage the core. Inhale and sit on your heels. Bring the hands in front of you. Raise the hips, tuck the toes and roll back. Come in on the tiptoes, nice and high. And then raise the hips, straighten the legs, heels down, forward fold. Keep breathing there. If the forward fold feels very easy and very comfortable for you, rather than hip width apart, you can bring the big toes touching for a little bit more of a challenge. If it's not that comfortable, then with hip width apart, then soften the knees and allow the upper body to hang freely from the hips. Inhale and exhale. Looking at your toes. And one more round of breath. Good, and then bend the knees. Straighten the arms. Inhaling, coming up. Palms together. Exhaling, lowering the shoulders, relaxing. Good, and then inhaling. Exhaling, bringing the palms all the way towards the heart center and by your sides. Good, and then stay there in that Tadasana with the spine straight, the hips forward, the knees bent, legs very strong, arms by the sides, nice and active. Good, and the shoulders are pulling down, so we feel the arms, the chest, the core engaged. Good, and then from there, inhale and bring the arms all the way up. In that big mountain, relax the shoulders down, but keep the elbows very, very close to the ears. Breathe in slowly. Tighten the glutes. If you can't tighten them properly, then soften the knees a little bit more. One more round of breath. Good, and then interlace the fingers, bring the palms towards the ceiling. And then straightening the legs, releasing the hands down and shake. Good, and then from there, with hip width apart, just shake the arms side to side. To relax the shoulders, the spine. Good, and then gently stop that movement. Find your gaze, and when you feel ready to move, grab your blanket to get ready for Savasana. Well done. And remember, gentle practices sometimes can be very helpful if we are able to be present, to focus on our breathing, to be relaxed. Good, and now stretch the legs, the arms, deep breath in and out, making any adjustments that feel good for you. Eyes closed, gaze up. And perhaps feeling your heartbeat. Again, bring the awareness to that connection between your heart and your intuition. Your love and your light. Just reminding ourselves that we are loving beings and very wise. We just need to trust. We just need to pause and breathe. Allowing the body to become completely relaxed. Holding no tension. Letting go of any control. And as we feel held and supported, we can be there for another 2 to 3 minutes, enjoying that space, that peace. And after that, some meditation, whether it's laying down or sitting upright. Have a lovely day, and I'll see you tomorrow.